Well, the leaves are changing here in North Carolina, so that can pretty much only mean one thing. What's that? Well, that the Black Friday sales are coming. So stick around, let's get into that just a little bit. Well, hello again, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it is that time of the year that Black Friday sales are going to be coming around. So, what kind of sales are you guys looking at, taking advantage of in the e-bike world? I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've been looking at here, but I want to know your thoughts as well. Are any of you buying ooh, it's the Amazon truck. Oh, it's the Amazon. That's my old buddy. That is my old buddy. Yeah, I'll see you later, friend. I'll see you later. You know, I've mentioned it before, I've been looking around at some, considering getting a new e-bike. A new #1 bike is what I'd be looking at, and putting this one here into just off-road service. And so I guess I'd be looking for a new #1 bike, possibly, if I can find something that's better than this. What do you mean a #1 bike? Well, this is my #1. My fat tire bike is my #2. You know, that's how I always used to ride when I rode horses. I'd always have my #1, you know, when I cowboyed, my #1 horse, my #2 horse, my #3 horse, etc. And so I knew which one to grab any given job that had to be done. Of course, inevitably, somebody would want to purchase my #1 horse because they were, quite frankly, they were pretty good. And so I'd sell that, and my #2 would become my #1 until he got good enough that somebody wanted to buy him, and we'd just go through it that way. But sometimes I wouldn't have to sell that #1 horse. Sometimes the #2 horse would just become better. And that's kind of what I'm looking to see, if maybe there's something else out there. So I started looking around at technology. And let me tell you a couple of things that I found that I think are going to be coming up pretty big in 2024, maybe 2025. But they're going to be becoming more and more common because the e-bike industry is not shrinking, it's growing. You can see by the sales on Black Friday, you know, there's pretty good markup on these e-bikes. I'm not going to hold that against the business because there's a pretty good market for them. But I think that market just continues to increase. And so typically Economics 101 would say when you have more and more competition and companies, the prices are going to go down, and then everybody else will have to drop their prices. Well, the market is still there to keep the prices up, but company A and company B are still in competition with each other. So company A is going to say, well, we're going to add this technology to our bikes. Company B is going to say, well, they're doing that, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do one more. Company C comes in, they say, well, you know, we're going to do it this, because they don't want to drop the prices. They want to keep them prices going. So they're just going to add technology. So what kind of technology am I finding out there? You know, there's already a few, and I think it's going to become a little bit more popular, bikes out there that we're going to drop down this way here and hop up into the fields. That you use a thumbprint to activate your bike. That's kind of interesting. And I think that type of technology, I'm not saying to activate your bike, it might be, you know, when I come through here, there was a real nice little gray cat. I'm not seeing him anymore though. Oh, Oh, which way are we going today, Blaine? We're going to head down this way here. We're going to head down this way. For some reason, I always just kind of go this direction. I'm not saying necessarily the thumbprint to put to actively get in there, but I'm wondering about what about the technology that you could just use a thumbprint on your keypad over here to change, basically put in a different map, a different type of power, not from one power to the next power, but a completely different map, you know, that says pedal assist 1 has this much, pedal assist 2 has this much, or, you know, that type of thing right there. I think that's on its way within the next 2 years. What else? You've already got bike companies that are putting tags in your bike so that you can know exactly where they are. If, let's go ahead and stop here. If I were to take my bike and put it somewhere and go in, Michelle and I, as we're out on a road trip, we put it in a store. If the bike moves that much because somebody's trying to take it, it notifies my phone and I can tell exactly where it's at. I can find it. And these things are integrated into the frame itself. And so they can't be taken out so easily, like I think it's iPod air tags or whatever they're called. Oh man, they just cut this down, made it so nice for me. I appreciate that. That's some new technology that's coming out there. It's going to be pretty good. I think they also may get it into the bikes. A lot of phones, you know, you can tell. Of course, you can track where you're at. You can have people know where you happen to be at. If you fell, if you're not moving, that type of thing. I think that's going to come into the bikes here at some time in a pretty near future as well. What else do we have technology-wise that I've looked at? Brakes. I think braking is about to take off. Boy, I tell you what, they have really cut this down nice, cut all this edge right here. That's a job though, that's a job. You know, you could drop a tractor wheel into one of these ruts pretty easily when it was up as high as it was. You know, I think 4-piston brakes are going to become more and more and more common. I wonder what's out there in the middle of the field right there. 4-piston brakes are not that much superior to 2-piston hydraulic brakes in that how far it takes to stop from a given distance. But I'll tell you what they are extremely better at, and that is not from going to 25 to 0, but they are great for going from that's just something growing out there. Somebody's throwing some stuff out there. Yeah, somebody's throwing some seed out there because of this right here to call in some game. That's what that's all about. I wasn't even sure that I don't know that I've ever seen that deer stand there before, but it's been there for a while, it looks like. But it might have been grown up. That might have been how high all this stuff was over here. Anyway, let's get back to it. But they're very good at going from, let's say, 25 down to 15. You know, it makes it much easier to do that, much less pressure on your hands. And so that's where that technology is really going to come in to play big. That's in the true e-mountain bikes right now on a lot of them. I think that's going to become a more of a standard on regular e-bikes. As I say regular e-bikes, you know, what's a regular e-bike? But the type of e-bikes that we're riding right now, I think that's going to become pretty much standard on that. Yeah, I thought it was raining. It looks like it from the pond. Which way? I'm wondering if maybe we should just follow the pond on around there. I think we'll go up this way here. Yeah, they've cut all this back through here down real nice. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. They have uncovered the swamp well back there. What other technologies are out there that I think are going to start to become, well, let's get into some things that are much more important than just improving the brakes. How about the drive system? Belt drives are maintenance free. What if on a mid-drive bike you had an internal gearing? You shifted your gears inside the motor. Now you could use a belt drive, a single speed belt drive with no problem. Now you don't have any derailleur, you don't have any oil to deal with, nothing at all like that. And you could also very easily incorporate electronic shifting onto that. Wireless electronic shifting, as a matter of fact. So now your cable management is getting easier and easier, cleaner and cleaner, and lighter and lighter. I think that's already available on regular bikes. I think that's going to become available and more common on e-bikes. That's kind of a pretty big one right there. What else? There is a e-bike out there, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember the name. They have, you know, I just did this video, 2 videos, as a matter of fact, on how to shift your gears on your e-bike. Have an automatic transmission for an e-bike now. What? An automatic transmission for an e-bike? Yeah, because it is an internal geared hub like that. And what it does is it sets from an app on your phone. And I think that's going to become a lot more popular as well, using your phone and technology on that to control, to update. You know, those things are already available though right now, but I think it's going to become a lot more common in the next 2 years. But this automatic e-bike goes off of the cadence of your pedaling, and you can set it and to, let's say, 60 revolutions per minute is the max you want to pedal. When you get to 60 revolutions per minute, it shifts up a gear. And then when you get down to a certain revolutions, it shifts down a gear. And it does it automatically, it does it internally. There's no having to back off the pressure. It's just an automatic transmission. I think that's some pretty big technology right there. And you know, I gotta say, I think I would be interested in that as well. This particular bike, I'm gonna have to put down in the description the type of bike that is. I'll try and remember to make sure I do that. But you can also override that. So you can change it for every ride that you do to fine tune it, but it will keep your settings until you change them. You can also very easily override it. So if I wanted to go into a off-road trails and I might want to have the shifting done a little bit differently there, I can override it and go into just my manual shifting. Or if I'm out there cruising around the greenways with Michelle, I can just put it into automatic. Man, now that's pretty cool technology. I'll tell you, I got one more thing we're going to talk about, but I'm going to try real hard to sneak up on this. There's a herring that hangs out down here. You know, he's going after these little turtles that are in this swamp. So I'm going to see if I can sneak up on him here. So I'm going to kind of keep quiet. I think I might be a little quieter here in the field. I always see him down here, but I'm never close enough to get a picture of him. You know, with the rain that we had the other day, I almost think he might be down here. And there is a white one that hangs out here as well. I'm going to see. I'd love to get a picture of that white one. but I want to see if I can at least get the gray one down here. And is he there? You know, I'm probably going to do all this and just do nothing but waste my time. There he goes. There he goes. And I missed him again. I don't know how well you can see it, but he's a big old fella, boy. He is a big old fella. Let's see. Let's get back to that. All right. Let's get back to the bike. Doggone it. You know, I really just got to leave my bike up here on the road and walk in here without the film crew. Oh, what have we got here? Let's get that back that way. Okay, get my glove back on. All right, now there's one other technology that I'm still talking quiet, and that herring is gone, buddy. He is gone. But I just found this the other day, and it is really one that will it blew me away. Have you ever heard of direct digital drive on a bike, on an e-bike? Well, let me explain what that is. Where your pedals are at, where your chain ring is, your front sprocket, that's a generator that you're pedaling. Software is what gives you, according to the speed you're traveling, that's what gives you the amount of resistance that you're in, and that gets changed around like gears, and that translates to a back tire with a motor in it, and it runs the back wheel. There's no connection, no physical connection between your pedaling and the back wheel. It is a software type connection, not a hard chain type connection. They're at this point still having to use batteries to supplement, because you're turning on that generator and creating power, but you can't always keep up the power that you want, so you're using a battery. I would think a supercapacitor could be kind of useful in that, to where you build up power on that generator and then you let it out when you want it to go out. Wow, you're really talking technology now. Do I think that's going to be common on e-bikes? No, that's not coming too soon, but 5 years, don't forget that I said this. 5 years from now, it might be a little more common than what people think. And so that would be a pretty good one right there. So that's what I've kind of noticed in searching around, seeing what I can come up with. So what have you guys noticed in new technology? You know, we got the Black Friday coming up, so I know a lot of people are looking at different things with their e-bikes that they're going to be wanting to do, wanting to buy. Have you looked into that? And what's really new? Not just improved, but, you know, really game changers. That's what we're kind of looking to see, what kind of game changers are out there. But I think that's going to do it. I'm going to get in out of the cold. So, internet, put down in them comments what you have found. If you like this, hit the subscribe, hit the like. We really appreciate that. That keeps us out here rolling on these cold days. But hey, I'm going to catch you on the next one, internet. And so until that next one, it's a Southern e-biking telling you. And hey, this week when I plan on putting this out, have a great Thanksgiving, everyone. Southern e-biking. Stay safe, God bless, and keep the wheels rolling. Once again, we're out.